as they preparing for takeoff. Sandstorm engulfs the Odyssey. The crew of the Odyssey sat tense in their seats, the cabin lights dimmed to a deep, alert-inducing red. Outside LHS 1140B's relentless sandstorm raged with a fury none of them had anticipated. The high gravity of the planet had turned what should have been a routine surface operation into a harrowing ordeal. The storm had been building for hours, but when it finally hit, the sheer force of it was overwhelming. Under the planet's intense gravity, the atmosphere was denser than anything the crew had experienced before. This density carried massive amounts of particulate matter, sand, and dust that battered the Odyssey with a violence that was terrifying. The thick atmosphere amplified the force of each grain, turning them into tiny bullets that pounded the ship's exterior. Inside, the crew could hear the constant, unrelenting thud, thud, thud as the storm tried to tear their vessel apart. The winds, driven by LHS 1140B's strong pressure gradients, howled around the ship, creating a haunting symphony of nature's wrath. The high gravity, while slowing the winds near the surface, couldn't contain the powerful gusts that whipped through the atmosphere. These winds were like nothing they had encountered on Earth or any other world they were localized, unpredictable and brutal. The ship rocked violently as the storm tried to uproot it from the planet's surface. Captain Reyes gripped the armrests of his command chair, his knuckles white. The Odyssey's reinforced landing gear dug deep into the ground, but it was a constant struggle to keep the ship stable. The controls vibrated in his hands as the engines roared against the push of the storm, trying to maintain equilibrium. Outside the windows, all the crew could see was a thick, brownish-red haze, sand and dust kicked up by the storm's fury. The high gravity made every particle heavier, and when the winds carried them, they struck with immense force. The landscape outside was being reshaped before their eyes, dunes rising and falling in minutes, rocks being worn smooth or shattered into pieces. The surface erosion was astonishing. It was as if the planet was trying to erase any evidence of their presence. Inside, the crew felt the oppressive weight of the planet's gravity pressing down on them. Every movement was sluggish, every breath labored. The storm outside mirrored the tension within. They had prepared for many scenarios, but nothing could have truly readied them for this, a storm so fierce that it threatened to bury them alive under tons of sand and debris. As the storm reached its peak, the decision was made. Escape velocity was their only hope. They had to break free from the planet's grip before the storm overwhelmed them completely. The engines roared to life, their deep rumble shaking the ship as they prepared. Initiating launch sequence, Captain Reyes commanded, his voice steady despite the chaos outside. The Odyssey groaned as it struggled to lift against the crushing gravity and the storm's unyielding force. The escape velocity required was significantly higher due to the planet's massive gravity, and every second counted. The sandstorm raged around them, the ship shaking violently, as if the planet itself was trying to hold them back. The crew held their breath, feeling the enormous pressure of the planet's gravity as the Odyssey slowly began to rise. The storm's winds howled louder, the sound reverberating through the hull, but the engines fought back, pushing the ship upward. Finally, with a tremendous jolt, the Odyssey broke free from the surface, the engines roaring as they achieved the necessary escape velocity. The storm raged below them, but they were rising above it, leaving the violent, ever-shifting sands of LHS 1140b behind. The crew exhaled collectively, the tension in the cabin slowly dissipating as they watched the planet's turbulent surface grow smaller beneath them. As they settled into orbit, the crew knew that the mission to LHS 1140b would be one they'd never forget, a testament to the resilience of explorers in the face of the universe's most extreme conditions. The mission to LHS 1140b was a testament to human ingenuity and the spirit of exploration. Despite the challenges posed by the planet's high gravity and harsh conditions, Carl Sagan's team successfully landed, conducted surface studies, and returned safely to orbit. The data and samples they collected would be studied for years to come, offering new insights into the nature of super-Earth exoplanets and the possibilities of life beyond our solar system. Somewhere, something incredible is waiting to be known. This quote encapsulates Sagan's belief in the power of exploration and the endless possibilities that await discovery. His passion for understanding the universe and the life within it inspired us, and many, to look beyond our world and seek the unknown.